Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're taking the new verse Yamato into the Forest of Training Straw and doing a bit of a no-stall team. So that's the team, those sports. Let's dive on in. Now, it's been a little while since we've dived into the Forest of Training Straw against Basil Hawkins, but I thought with the release of Yamato and being the strongest captain in the game, let's take advantage of that orb super lock mechanic. Let's lock ourselves some Wano and some tandem orbs, and let's have some shenanigans with the monstrous 5.75 times captain that Yamato provides to her team. Now, if you enjoyed this kind of content, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section below where you guys want to see these New Year's Legends taken, because I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of content, and obviously we're going to run the gauntlet with pretty much every single character. However, let me know what characters you want to see and where you want to see them in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'm going to just do my thing. As always, we do like to take them to forest. If you guys want to see like a breakdown of the forest and like sort of like a how-to video on this particular forest and the kid forest, like I said, let me know in the comment section below. But Yamato as a captain is a free spirit and striker, 5.75 times captain. If you have a matching orb, 5.5 times otherwise. Now, the big upside to Yamato that I do find comparing her to Kaido being the verse unit is that she has free spirit in her kit. So in today's video, we're rocking a full free spirit team, and it does help her out significantly that she is on the free spirit class, because free spirits are just stacked with such powerful units. Super Tandem Law is really the MVP for this particular team. I was trying some stuff with stuff like Super Tandem Luffy, but Luffy and Zoro are just so good for this particular fight that I had to bring them on the team. I did try some stuff with Shirohoshi Mancherry V2, but it just worked out so much nicer bringing a mono free spirit team. With Yamato, locking orbs and getting orbs is a big part of her kit, and it helps out a lot because her special actually gives you a full bot of orbs, and that activates that 5.75 times captain for you. But because she's a free spirit and a striker, you can actually use two very key supports to lock your orbs when you use her special. The first one is Jinbei. So if you're rocking a free spirit centric team, you can use the Jinbei support. You can pick him up in the treasure map shop. He works amazingly as a support that locks your orbs. If you are running a striker variation of the team, there is a Perispero that you can actually pick up from Kazuna that can actually lock your orbs for your striker characters. Both of these supports work amazingly well on Yamato, mainly because when you use her special, you then lock her orbs. You get the 3 turns of the damage reduction that turns into an attack buff, and then you can actually utilize that extra damage you get from tandem slots as well if you are using those burst abilities to your advantage. So you can do some really, really cool things with like locking orbs. And in this particular run, we actually utilize the orb lock mechanic on the next stage against Hold'em, so that way when we move into the Kanjuro and Kinemon stage, we actually get the orb seal mechanic where they get like the big orb lock, and we just keep the 3 Wano and tandem orbs for the entire run. It helps us build up the versatility. It helps us get some Unga Bunga damage with the 5.75 times captain, and then when you partner that up with a super tandem ability that Law provides, it just works so ridiculously well because you can get a 2 times attack boost to your free spirits every single turn, especially because we have a Luffy on this team. There's times where we don't even need specials, and the 5.75 times captain and that like attack boost from Law just goes absolutely berserk. And you'll see how powerful it truly is with Yamato's specials, her captain ability, the super tandem of Law, all meshing together to show how much damage output you can get on the final stage through stuff like defensive effects as well. Against Hold'em, he has a barrier, but it doesn't bother us too much. We're actually going to pop our Yamato special. She's going to use the Jinbei support. She's going to lock those orbs for us, and it all works out super, super nice. And then we can actually break the barrier, take out Hold'em with our quick units, and move on to the next stage. From here, we are just going to keep all of the Wano orbs on the left side, all the tandem orbs on the right side, and we're just going to be doing a lot of damage with Law's super tandem, as well as that 5.75 times captain, as I mentioned. Another beautiful factor about free spirits is they have very good ships, namely the Aura Jackson. You can remove 2 turns of paralysis with the Aura Jackson special, and this is where some crazy supports come into play as well. With Yamato, if you have that damage reduction that turns to an attack buff, as you guys saw there, you can use some really cool supports, one of them being Mistoms, that actually gives you 75% damage reduction, and then you can turn that into a 1.75 times extra damage boost, as you guys saw on that stage. It just works out ridiculously well. Onto Kiyoshiro, this is where Kuzan was so good for the fight. You can use Garp support on him as well to get around some special binds. Alongside Bobbins, you can get the extra special bind removal, and the switchability of Luffy and Zoro works insanely well. And that way, because there's a lot of special bind in this particular piece of content, it just works out like ridiculously well. Against Jack, this is where we're going to have to start popping some more specials, some attack boosting specials. And this is where Law's special is going to come into play. You also get Despair on this particular stage, and this is where the Despair actually shines for Yamato. I find that Despair in Captain abilities isn't exactly great. However, when it kind of pops up here and there, it is quite nice to have, because it just, like, any utility in a Captain is just great. But I do find that Despair is probably the weakest of all of the utilities. Nevertheless, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that I think that like buy and special reverse are all a lot more beneficial for the squad. Paralysis probably up there with Despair as well, actually being on the weaker side. On to Law, Zoro, and Sanji. Now this is where we need to switch with Zoro and Sanji, Zoro and Luffy, sorry, and then we can use their special for a orb boost and a chain lock, and with that we can take this stage out super easy. Once again, with the super tandem of Law. You guys have probably noticed too, like, we're not even like hitting that many perfects. Like, we hit a perfect here and there, but like the 5.75 damage is so freaking powerful, man. The fact that we're seeing 5.75 times captains leads me to believe that once Anniversary comes around, we'll most likely be seeing something like 5.75 with the super class or a super type, or we'll be pushing that sort of 6 times range with like a super class or with a switch ability or something like that. On the Jack stage, this is where Bobbin's so good. He removes the defensive effect. He also removes the attack down. He's an absolute god. And then we move on to Kaido. So against Kaido, I was a little bit iffy with the damage here. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough damage because I didn't have my Yamato special ready. Ideally, I wanted to save a Yamato special for this particular stage, but I had to use one just to guarantee myself some tandem orbs against the stage against Okiku. Because you lose a captain, it's a little bit annoying at the start, so you really want to make sure you have that super tandem. But as you guys will see here, like I said, 5.75 times captain and a super tandem ability, it's no joke. Obviously, we have 3 units that have type advantage. It works exceptionally well, but the fact that we could actually take out Kaido with no specials kind of blew me away a little bit, to be honest. I did not expect that at all, let alone Law's super tandem being a low 2 times super tandem for Cerebrals and Free Spirits. It's not bad by any means. It's just, it's not like Super Tandem Luffy's, right? So it was actually incredible to see how much damage output that we had here with Wano Orbs, with that 5.75, as well as that Super Tandem. On the final stage against HAWKINS, he turns into the opposite color as your captain. So for us, it works quite well because we have 3 quick units on this particular team. So we have a lot of type advantage here, and it works out pretty nicely. However, I didn't have Kuzan ready to go. Initially, I was running Brook on this particular team. And then I tried Usahachi. The Brook worked well, but then it was very annoying with that special bind. So I wanted to bring the Garb support, and Kuzan just fit the bill so nicely. However, we just didn't have the cooldowns to actually get his special back by the final stage. I was already at this stage, and I just thought, hey, like, fuck it, I'll run it. So I decided to use all of my buffs. If you have a damage reduction conversion into attack buff that Yamato provides, she becomes an orb booster as well. So with 2 Yamatos, if you pop both their specials, like you are seeing right now, you can get a 3 times attack boost, a 2.75 times orb boost, an 80% damage reduction, the conversion of the damage reduction into damage, so 1.8 times, and then you can use her Verse ability, which will actually give you tandem orbs at 2.25 instead of the 2 times multiplier. Once we've done that, you would have the super tandem of Yamato. However, as you'll see here, Law just pops off. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the captain of Yamato in the comment section below. And while you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't done so already, hit that big red subscribe button. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's